welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be making pap for our healthy babies. Here I have millet and dawa, and I measure it with this cup, one cup each. And here I have the yellow corn 1 cup and the white corn 1 cup. You just select it, remove all the stones, and then prepare to wash. Also, the remaining grains, I put them in this custard rubber and store them in my freezer to avoid all the weevils from finishing my corn before I make the next batch of pap. So also my special ingredient here too is also a groundnut. Groundnut is good for protein. That's my protein for the pap. So also you need your muslin bag. You can use a cotton, it's just like a cotton pillowcase. And also we need our cheesecloth, it's a chiffon material. And also you can use your blender. So first we start by washing the corn. After selecting it, you wash properly, wash the corn, wash all the grains properly, and then put them in a plastic bowl with lots and lots of water. You leave it in here to ferment for 3 days, 3 to 4 days, depends on how you want to do it. 2 to 3 days, 3 to 4 days. It's just for it to ferment and then for it to get soft when it blends. So you wash the grains thoroughly after selecting, making sure that no sand and no stone. So after doing this, we will cover it and leave it to ferment for days. Every day you make sure you change the water. You filter the dirty water and then you put in a clean one to the final day of preparation.
Day 3.
So next up, it's your groundnut. On the 3rd day after washing, you change the water every day. You wash your groundnuts the night before the day of finally preparing the akamu. You wash the groundnut thoroughly after selecting and removing the stones, and add it to the after washing the corn for the final day. You put it in the plastic bowl and leave to ferment overnight. Now this is what our soaked grains look like on the final day. See fermentation level. So all I'll do is drain out all the dirty water, drain out and wash properly. So today is the day I'm going to make the akamu. So forgive me if I'm calling it akamu. It can be pap, it can be called ogi. So what you have to do today is wash thoroughly, make sure that the remaining sand that you missed out doesn't accompany your grains. Also, you can even find some hidden insects in the 2 days when you're washing it. So make sure that all of those things does not accompany your grains because you're making this food for a baby. So you wash properly. Try to look at it, and looking at it, if you can break the corn, you notice it's very soft, so it's good to go. You know, some commercial grinders complain that blending corn and other ingredients for pap normally spoils their machine. So the soaking process helps to make blending easy. And then when you wash thoroughly and you feel you're satisfied, you wash under properly. And up next is to prepare to blend it. So now I am using my blender here because I do not know where to find commercial grinder because I just moved in here. So I'm using my blender. I'm just trying it out. So after trying it out for a long time with my blender, I realized that it wasn't giving me that smooth consistency. So I had to go outside to look for a commercial grinder, and this is what I got after using a commercial grinder. You can spot the difference. So I was very satisfied with commercial grinder. I think it's because of the millet and the dawa because millet and organic corn, they're too tiny for my blender to crush. So next up is to tie a bowl with your cheesecloth, your chiffon. Tie a bowl with it, and it's time for the procedure of mixing. I put my water in a kettle. You should get a lot of water and then make your chiffon ready. So I put my water in a kettle. It's not boiled water. And also make sure that whatever you're using shouldn't come in contact with salt, because salt, they say, is the worst enemy of akamu. It will not make it thicken when preparing it with hot water. So make sure everything doesn't come in contact with salt. And so here you just start with small batches and keep mixing, keep turning it and draining out the water, and also adding fresh water to it. It's easier when you do it in small batches. There are two methods of this. So I've seen other people who try to shake up the cheesecloth, but that's stressful for my hands, so I prefer this method. And all I'm trying to do is scoop out the Akamu juice, and this is what I got after the first batch. This is after first squeezing. This is how dry it became. So this is all I got from the first batch of squeezing. And then I'm doing it, this is the third time I'm scooping, trying to get the juice out of it, trying to get everything I want from it. So you can see how the color of the water has changed. And then this is the final dry grain you get after squeezing it. So the next day you leave it to settle, and after scooping it into the muslin bag, you put something heavy on it and leave it to settle. Okay, this is all we have left, and the next day you check to see how dry it has become, whether all the water has drained out of it. And here I noticed that there's still water in it. It's not solid as I wanted it. So you see, put something heavy on it so it becomes really dry. So 3 hours later, it's dry and it's ready to scoop out. And here we are, it's ready to scoop out. And so I just break it in bits like this. I break it in bits because it makes it easier for me to just take one part of it and prepare for the baby, rather than then when I'm done, it came on 5 plates and I had to put it in the refrigerator, and that is it.